Today we are flying to Helsinki, Finland on Lufthansa business class. We have 2 business class flights coming up and we're going to go to a really cool lounge once we land in Frankfurt. Right now we are just enjoying an Aperol Spritz in the lounge here in the United States, and then we're flying to Germany and then Finland.
We're in Minneapolis and there's no Lufthansa lounge here, so we decided not to really film that much in there because we know the one in Germany is going to be way better than this.
This is so much better than we expected. We've seen videos where there's like not the compartments and you're kind of in the open, but we have our own little pods.
Which you care for a welcome drink.
Oh yeah, I'll have the wine, please. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cabin crew orders in flight.
Got a little sparkling wine to start. I cannot get over how much space we have. We've watched a lot of business class flights videos on YouTube, especially on Lufthansa, and it looks like there's a bunch of different configurations that the setup could be, and we lucked out because we have a insanely nice setup. Sometimes there's like not this giant partition in between. I mean, it doesn't matter that much because Jacob and I are married, so we like to be close, but if you're sitting next to a stranger, you definitely want this like large partition between you, and you can close this. Well, not very much, but
You can close it enough.
I dropped this, but it's the Boeing 787-9, and it's really, really nice and spacious, and this is going to be an amazing 8.5 hours. I'm so excited.
I'm settling in now with my seat belt. We're about to take off in a few minutes and then we'll show you so much about this seat. It is really, really nice. When we were looking at YouTube videos online, we were not expecting a whole lot from Lufthansa business class for this route, but I am very happy with it. There's so much more privacy than I thought there would be. It just feels like it's going to be a fantastic flight, and then you can't forget about that lounge access we're going to have in Frankfurt, and then the other business class flight that later on in this video. Oh, it's going to be a good day, especially because we're going to Helsinki. They also came by with a menu a few minutes ago and we're looking through it and we're getting excited to eat as well.
We have already got our hot towels, a welcome glass of champagne, and some nuts. This is already so nice. This honestly might be my favorite business class so far. I am just blown away. We were not having high expectations for this flight. If I didn't want to see Jacob or the person sitting next to me, if it wasn't my husband or the people next to me, you are completely in your own little bubble. I think this is the most privacy we've ever had on a business class flight. I mean, there is truly so much room. I can't believe it. This is amazing. We are getting another round of drinks. I got a rum and coke, and I believe Jacob is going to get a German beer since we are on Lufthansa, a German airline, and I'm really excited to sneak a sip of Jacob's beer because I have a feeling it's going to be really, really good. The last time we were in Germany, it was the first time that either of us actually really, really enjoyed a beer for the first time, so I think it's going to be really special. We got some basil, tomato, and mozzarella, and it came with like a cream sauce, and I was really skeptical about it, but the ingredients taste so fresh. It's amazing.
They had this Bavarian beer available, so thought I would try that one out. Looks very light. That's one of the top beers I've ever had, and I don't normally like them. We just got served our first and only full meal of this flight. We are starting with the appetizers. I got the smoked duck, and it just tastes so delicious. There's just a perfect amount of fat on there to make it really like salty and juicy. I mean, it just tastes so good. Jenny and I both got the pretzel bread, and the flight attendant gave me 2 and some olive to maybe dip it in. And then the salad was absolutely amazing too. And there was this like blood orange dressing that I had with it. I mean, this flight so far is off to a perfect start. So delicious, and we have our main courses coming.
For the appetizer, I got the spicy crusted tuna, and it was delicious. The outside was cooked, and then the inside was raw, and that is just how I like it. I don't like it when it's fully cooked. I do like it a little bit raw when it's tuna. It was so great. The salad and bread were amazing too. And now I got the beef. They always say like fancy like beef bourguignon. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm eating steak. And it tastes exactly like steak too. I also got like a little tomato and zucchini on the side. And I guess we'll see how it tastes. It is actually very, very soft. The outside is cooked really well, and the inside is actually like decently like rare. It's delicious. And then I got some Malbec as well, which is my favorite. The first time we had it was in Argentina, so it just has a special place in my heart. And I think this is the first time on any business class flight I've gotten like a full wine glass instead of just like, normally they give you like the short ones, and this is like a full wine glass, which, I mean, it just makes me feel fancier. And this seat is huge. I feel like I'm like a toddler sitting in a car seat right now. I just took like a 2 or 3 hour nap, laid the seat completely down. That is always the best part about business class. The really good food is always, you know, nice, but in my personal opinion, being able to lie down and sleep is just so nice. There wasn't like a cushion comfort or like mattress pad or anything, but you know, you're on an airplane, so I think if you're laying down, you're winning. Now they are serving us breakfast, and this 8.5 hour flight went by so fast. What I really, really like about this seat is that it's so huge. You really are in your own little world. There's so many little like storage places that you can like put your purse, your headphones. Of course, they give you some of these headphones. I've been watching Friends. They also gave us little chocolate boxes after our meal. Jacob got a cheese plate for dessert and a brownie. I can never eat dessert when I'm on planes. It's just too much food. But now we are just waiting for them to serve us breakfast, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing too.
Breakfast was about a 4 of 10, but when we're comparing breakfast all across the board on airlines, I'd say, I guess probably like an 8, because breakfast is the worst meal on planes. So we're going to show you the seat a little bit more. I mean, we've already showed you this dividing wall, which is pretty nice. When you lean back all the way, you can't even see the other person at all. Looks like Jenny never used her blanket. She's just wearing a jacket. I've been using this. It's actually in my lap right now. It is really comfy and soft. I love using that so much. I didn't really get any sleep on this flight. I slept too much last night, about like 7 hours. So usually on flight days I try to get about like 3 hours of sleep so that I fall asleep on the plane, but oh well. So this is a lamp that turns on. Let's see, it's on Jenny's side.
Yeah, we have this like fancy touch screen.
Where is it? Is it that one?
Oh, it's so ambient. It's so nice.
There you go. And then this touch screen is what makes you lie flat. There's a snoring button right there that helps you do that.
We have our amenity kit here. It says Porsche design. It's very, very soft, and apparently it's a cooler bag, so I guess you could put a drink in here and maybe it would stay cold. We have a toothbrush, some toothpaste, we have eye cream and face cream, and then some socks and some little extras down here. Oh, this is for you're supposed to put this over the headphones. I never use those. And then we have some peppermint mints. It's really nice. I'm probably only going to use a toothbrush if I'm being honest, but it's really nice.
We've already said there's so much storage. I mean, this isn't really for storage. I don't think you had anything in there, did you?
No,
but
my phone in here.
Yeah, you can put stuff in there. That's where the headphones were. This was, I mean, the TV remote. Tray table was really big and comes out a lot, so that's so nice. Well, we went from the plane to the bus, so I mean, we never really liked this option, but somebody behind me when we were getting off the plane was like, welcome to Europe. That's how you know you're here. You're getting on a bus after a plane. But overall, fantastic flight, but that was just the beginning of this whole journey. Now we get to go to the business class lounge, and hopefully we might be able to get into a lounge one above that. We made it through passport control, and we're standing right in front of the Lufthansa Senator Lounge. Usually with a business class ticket, you can get into the business class lounge, but because we have a credit card, the American Express Platinum card, I believe that we can get into this higher class lounge. So I'm really excited to find out if we're able to get in.
I'm nervous.
I mean,
We have to have the credit card and the business class
yeah,
flight.
credit card and business class. While we were standing over there, we kept seeing a bunch of people getting turned away from this lounge and headed to the other business class lounge.
Oh, that's scary.
A little bit nervous now.
We made it in.
That was so cool. They didn't even question us. We showed our boarding pass and our credit card, and they're like, oh, Amex, business? Okay, here you go. And then they scanned it, and we walked right in. Usually when we fly through Frankfurt or Munich on Lufthansa, we just are flying economy, and then with our American Express Platinum card, we can get into the business class lounge, and now we can get into the Senator Lounge, which we've never experienced before. And one of the main reasons why we wanted to book this flight, and that flight was great, and this lounge, well, I don't know if it could be better than the flight, but it's a really nice perk. Well, we walked into the nap room expecting to get maybe an hour or two of sleep, but we just weren't that tired, and so it didn't happen. And so we just kind of laid there for a little bit, walked back out, got some nice breakfast. There was some white sausages, and those were delicious. And then we've just been hanging out here on our laptops. We've been here for a while, so we did have a 7-hour layover, and we had enough time to also get some lunch, which was delicious. And we're just hanging out in here, and we forgot to mention how good the service was on our flight. Like, that's not always guaranteed on a business class product. You just never really know what the service is going to be like, but we both had fantastic flight attendants taking care of us at all moments of the flight. So what a fantastic experience, really. And then in here, I wish our layover wasn't so long because we're feeling pretty tired, but we are boarding in about an hour.
There's also so many fun drink options here. We're just so tired, so drinking any alcohol would be like giving us sleeping medicine. We would fall asleep so fast. But they have a huge selection of like limoncello, wines, like liquors, beer. We did have a little beer. We split a beer when we were eating our pretzels, because when you're in Germany, you really can't not eat a beer and pretzel. Anyways, it's at that point of the travel day where I feel like I'm like in another world. We still have one more flight, and then we'll be in Finland, which is crazy because we've never been in Finland in the summer, so I feel like it's going to be a totally different experience than in the winter.
They also had showers in that lounge, which we didn't use because I don't really feel like showering before I still have to get on another flight. Just something about that. I'm like, I'm just going to get dirty again. And then just the food itself was good. I honestly was a little bit underwhelmed. It was a fantastic lounge, phenomenal experience, but then at the same time, the business class lounge is basically the same thing, and it might even be bigger because it has to accommodate more people. So, I mean, either way, I'm still like the lounge, but maybe just a little bit less than what I was expecting, but it's fine. And now we're getting on a business class flight, which is probably not going to be as exciting, definitely not as exciting as our first one. But because in Europe, when you're just flying in between the countries, usually you are just gonna get like 3 seats to a row, and then they block off the middle seat. And so we have like the window and the aisle. I think that's what we're getting, but I'm not totally sure. We have to go check it out.
Well, Jacob pretty much nailed it. It is 3 seats with the middle blocked out, which honestly it's fine. It's just a quick 2-hour flight, so nothing too fancy or anything, but it's always nice to have the middle seat.
Well, that flight was good. The food, barely ate any of it because we were so full, and then I tried to sleep a little bit, not really sure what Jenny was up to while I was trying to sleep. And now we're on a train on the way to Helsinki, and then we'll just either walk or catch the metro to our hotel. And wow, it feels so interesting to be back in Finland, so fun, but we did not expect to be here. It just worked out with the flight. We're just looking for any business class flight to Europe and stumbled upon this option for a good price, and we're here.
Well, we are in beautiful Helsinki. It is so weird to be here without snow. We have literally only been here when there's like 5 feet of snow on the ground. We're so happy to be back. We actually have no idea how long we're gonna be here this time, so I guess we'll let you know in the next video.